What would be your Valentine's Day message to Sean Strickland? Get you to read that out. That's beautiful. I'm here with Dricus du Plessis ahead of UFC 312. Now, Dricus, you've made your last two opponents cry. What makes you the best trash talker in the UFC?
I don't know. I don't think it's self-proclaimed. So I guess, saying the right things at the right time. I think timing is and wittiness. How quick you're on the trigger. I think that's what got that reaction. So I don't know. Just being smarter, I guess.
Okay, you think the intelligence helps. Do you go with any lines prepared beforehand, to know this might get him offside?
Well, just the stuff that's known to media. I know about my opponent because I always study them, but even way before a fight. But I never rehearse a line because you never know what the conversation is going to be like. And I don't go in there and being like scorched earth, ready to go. When I go there, I'm there to win that press conference by any means necessary. If it's respect you'll get from me. If you're trying to poke the bear, then you're going to find out.
How do you plan on making Sean Strickland cry this time?
I think he'll be behaved this time, to be honest. Yeah.
He's learned his lesson.
Absolutely.
Okay. You recently said that you're willing to die, but what makes you a champion is you're willing to kill a man in front of his family. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but that's a crime here in Australia. That's homicide. Does that change your mentality at all going into this, or you're still willing to kill him in the middle of the octagon?
Oh, no, not at all. Didn't we both sign that contract? We know what we're getting into. I would expect the exact same from my opponent, because if you're not willing to do that to me, you're going to have a long night.
Is the fact that he said he wants to do a stand-up battle and called you out to make a pact give you confidence that he respects your well-roundedness?
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I think that was all. It was mind games for dummies that he was trying to play, and it makes no difference to how I'm going to fight. I'm ready on all aspects. There's, like I said, there are no pacts between lions and men, because at the end of the day, this is what we do. If I have to take him down, I'll do it. If he's trying to take me down, I'm going to stop it. If we're on the ground, we're on the ground, and if we're striking, I'm going to outstrike it.
Now, Alex Pereira is going to be in his corner. Do you think Sean Strickland understands Portuguese? Is it even going to be of help?
Absolutely not. He definitely doesn't understand Portuguese. I guess it's more of a moral support, I think, and showing support. But what's he gonna? He wasn't in his training camp. He wasn't coaching him. Is he gonna make him? He's not gonna transfer his powers to him.
He can only really say Sharma and no Sharma. Do you know what Sharma means?
Not a clue. I think Alex Pereira he's an incredible fighter of all the world's respect in combat in general. One of the best the world's ever seen. But I can't see it being a benefit to Sean in his corner.
Do you think Alex Pereira is there to take a closer look at you and for that potential matchup if he's willing to come down to middleweight, or you potentially going up?
Well, he should have a good look.
Will there be any special guests in your corner? I know last time we had the big South African rugby boys. Anyone going to be special in your corner?
Maybe. We'll see. Not 100% sure yet.
Okay, still thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay, keeping us on our toes. Now, DDP, you keep receipts going into fights. You've called out Steve Erceg, you've called out Drake on social media. Is there anyone you're going to call out? Anyone you've kept receipts on going into this fight?
No, like I said, I think lessons have been learned, mistakes were made, and people have learned their lessons.
Well, you've got the likes of Rob Whittaker and Izzy saying you're the best shit fighter they've ever seen. Maybe that's someone to post on socials after. What did you make of those comments?
I only heard the best fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, me holding the belt. Yeah, so
kind of speaks for itself.
That's it.
Okay. Sean Strickland's known to rock a few hairstyles. We've seen the Sean Strickland, long-haired Strickland. Which Sean Strickland do you think would be the better performer here? Braided Strickland, Dagestani Strickland, or Sugar Strickland?
He literally looks exactly like
Sugar Sean. Yeah.
Sugar Sean.
AI is amazing these days. What do you think would be the better Sean? Does he need work on his wrestling? Dagestani might work.
I think braided Strickland. The look. That's the one that I think the best Strickland would show up.
Okay, you'd prefer the braided Strickland. Okay, I like it. Now, this is how your face has looked in your last three fights. Whittaker, not much damage. Adesanya, not much damage. And then there's Sean Strickland. Now, are you prepared for your face to be looking like this in this fight, or do you think you're just gonna?
I just said, like a week after that, my face was 100%. If that's the worst that could happen. I broke my foot in that fight, tore some muscles in my leg. If that's the worst, give me 2 fights.
Sean uses this to say that he won the fight. Now, do you think that's enough evidence to say he won that last fight?
No, I have the belt to prove that I won the last fight.
That's very true. Now, Khamzat Chimaev is set to be your next opponent if you win. I know he's got unbelievable wrestling, but what are your thoughts on his dance moves on the D floor?
It's way more impressive than what I would be able to do on a dance floor.
He can move. It's some serious footwork. Now, what do you make of Khamzat Chimaev? He's eyed you out. Do you think that's the next potential matchup?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's an incredible fighter, very deserving of the hype. And the man hasn't been able to get to the fights as often as he would have liked to, and that's that's put a halt on his rise. But he is where he needs to be, and he deserves that spot. I think he deserves all the hype. He's an incredible fighter, and I can't wait to fight him.
Sean Strickland's nickname for you is the Dutchman. Now, what does that mean to a South African? Do you like the nickname the Dutchman?
Well, I mean, I guess the Dutch was the first people that from Europe to come to South Africa. I'm from French descent, so it's just the lack of IQ. That's the only problem. I understand what he's trying to say, but he's just not smart enough to realize it. But I understand.
He should study up a bit more on his history. With the likes of Rob Whittaker and Izzy losing, do you think we're seeing a new generation of middleweights come through?
Absolutely. I think if you look at the middleweight picture, it's looking very exciting. That's why I'm so fixated in the middleweight division and not worrying about the division above, worrying about the middleweight division. If you look at just a year ago, how that picture changed. Sean wasn't in the top 5. It was Izzy at the top and Rob being the gatekeeper to the title. Or now you have four guys. Now I think Izzy's out of the top 5. Rob, me as champion. You have Hamzat there. You have Strickland, Imamov now, Kayo there.
Yeah.
A lot of change in that middleweight division, and it's exciting. I mean, all these guys are killers. It's crazy. The division is
new contenders.
And it's almost new contenders and a new era starting, and I can't wait to be the leader of that era.
What would be your advice for Israel Adesanya coming off this loss?
Yeah, I mean, take time with your family, real family and friends, real friends. I think it's hard. I think especially where he's a superstar. Money is not a problem for him. He's sorted for life. He's a true martial artist, and if he wants to fight again, go for it, but do it for the right reasons. If you feel you have to because you've lost your last fight, don't do it. Think about what it was that got you started in this. You didn't do it to win in the beginning of your career. You did it because you wanted to, and when you were in there, you wanted to win, and you were willing to die. And ask yourself, do you have that?
Do you think he's potentially lost that killer instinct in there?
Yeah, I think not the killer instinct. I don't think he's lost that. I think he might have lost it is not that it's a loss, it's just time. He's lost the hunger to do whatever it takes to get a win. And I'm not saying he didn't train hard. It's not that. It's not about preparing. It's about and showing up. I know he's not a guy that's not going to show up. He showed up for training, and showing up for training and being at training is not the same thing. And that's the big thing. So I mean, he has such an incredible legacy. He's argued by many as one of the greatest to ever do this, not as a middleweight, as in this sport. And that legacy will never go away. So whatever he decides to do, it's his choice. But I know financially he is sorted, and his legacy is cemented. So if he wants to do this, if it's for himself and he loves it and he feels, go for it. Do it. But if you're contemplating, should I continue? Ask the right people. Maybe I think his coach is somebody that's really true to him and has been by his side for a very, very long time. I don't know him personally on that level. Izzy, I don't know who his friends are, but speak to your coach and get the true advice and the people around him need to be straightforward with him, because like I said, I'm not in his camp. If he was cutting corners, tell him that. Yeah. Tell him that you need to be straightforward at this stage, because that's the only thing that's gonna help him physically, mentally, and to in this incredible career. You have to be honest with the guy.
That's some sound advice from a champion to Israel Adesanya. Are you familiar with the original DDP?
Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah. Could
we ever see a diamond cutter in the middle of the octagon?
Probably not. No, I think that is I don't have the right to do that.
It's kind of like an RKO.
Yeah.
Do you think you could ever pull that off in the octagon?
Well, let's see. If I get somebody who rocked, I'll just go for it. I'll just rock somebody and go for it.
So
just before the ref stops, I just go.
Yeah. You ever take inspiration from the original DDP? Is that how you got your nickname?
No. That's actually my born name. So it's not my nickname.
That is true. So I apologize for that.
It is called my initials.
Okay.
DDP.
Yeah. You were a wrestling fan growing up or not?
Yeah, absolutely. Loved it. It was a bit before my era. Undertaker, Kane, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels. Those were the guys that when Eddie Guerrero, massive. I was a massive. I just
R.I.P.A.G. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and last one. Now, Sean Strickland did have some kind words for you. He said, Dricus lacks in skill, he makes up for in heart. Now, with Valentine's Day around the corner, I've got a Valentine's Day card here for you. I choose you. What would be your Valentine's Day message? You can just write it here to Sean Strickland. And I'm happy to show him this for Valentine's Day. Well thought out. He's thinking about it. It's romantic. Maybe sign it, DDP. P.S.
Okay, nice.
He's almost run out of room. We'll get you to read that out to Sean. That's beautiful. In your words.
This is a poem. It's very poetic. Dear Sean, are you willing to bleed for love? Me neither. But I am willing to kill you for that bout. Love, DDP.
Well, you're a true poet. That is beautiful, Dricus. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. That's great. Thank you, brother.